Moment. First off, congratulations. Your third Olympic Games, your best finish.
Yeah.
Are you happy with how you finished?
I think I'm not as happy with the results as I was, the effort of going for it. For those who didn't watch at home, I was in podium position with two other of the French guys with probably 8 minutes left in an hour 45 race. So being right there till the end, until I basically had to pull off because I was like, it's either going to end up in a hospital or I got it let off the pace. So I'm proud of, going to that spot of almost getting dropped multiple times and just going 20 more seconds, just like from 2K in until 6, 7K when I got dropped, it was 20 more seconds for minutes on minutes on minutes on minutes just getting there,
And so obviously there was a lot of talk about the river and whether it was, healthy for you guys to compete in, and they had to postpone it a day and they canceled the practice on Sunday. How did you feel about, as this was transpiring, was there any part of you saying like, I don't want to go in this body of water that people are saying is infested?
So we raced here last year actually, and I was fine. But obviously you hear all this and it makes you a little bit nervous, but you and I aren't doctors or water experts, we can repeat what we're heard, but as an athlete's job is to, like, no matter what the situation is, go to work. I'm lucky to call this work, but go to work and do your job in a sense. So you try to spin it, like when it got pushed a day because of the water quality, I was like, oh, perfect, an extra day to recover, like I train hard, oh, maybe I'll just be more recovered. I think the current was crazy. Like we went out to the first buoy in 3 minutes, turned around, it took us like almost 10 minutes to come back.
Wow.
For those people at home, it's like a meter a second. So someone goes to the pool and they swim 4 lengths. If they weren't swimming in a minute 30 seconds, you were going backwards.
Oh my gosh.
Which the average person probably couldn't do a minute 30 seconds for 1/100.
Right.
You felt like you were swimming in molasses. It was a bad dream.
Did you feel like the water, obviously you're going to like drink some of it, I would imagine naturally. Did it feel off to you at all?
No, I mean, I swam in lakes all over the world.
Okay.
We raced in, I raced in Hamburg, Germany, big city 2 weeks ago, in like a duck pond in the middle of the city. So I think if maybe you're going for a training session, you think about it more. It's like anything, like someone's like locked in, like all the little things around you are just like, it's like open water. Let's say I go in the ocean and I'm scared of sharks. I'm not scared when I race.
Right.
But maybe if I'm swimming off the coast of Hawaii by myself and training, I'm like, but like in a race, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Take my leg,
Okay, so if you Google your name right now, there are a million articles from all over the world. You are a viral sensation.
Yeah.
You crossed the finish line, and unfortunately, it all came out. And in fact, I think you've thrown up 10 times after the race. Is that accurate?
Pretty close, yeah.
Jeez Louise. So what happened? Is that a common thing for you after a race?
Not super common, but it happens sometimes. I just happened to swallow a bunch of water in the race, and so nothing to do with even quality. My stomach was just extremely full, and so that's ended up being a limiting factor for me in the race. Like it was like my stomach felt like it had a small child in there, and you put that with an hour 40 or hour 39 of going as hard as you can, stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it's all over the internet. It's not why I want to go viral, but it's again like when we say like you're proud, like there was nothing more I could have done. Maybe I pace it and come 5th instead of coming 9th. Maybe I pace it better and come 5th, but I wasn't in the business coming 5th. I've come to 2 Olympics, and come top 15 at both of those. So it's like I've done that. Like what's left to do is like go win a medal. But I mean, as you see, I'm less than a minute behind. 40 seconds, and I'm 9th place. The quality of guys is it's a European dominated sport, and to have 2 Canadian guys in the top 13 is like incredible. It'd be like seeing 2 riders in the Tour de France come in the top 13. It'd be like,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And good for you guys. By the way, just to be clear, you didn't throw up because of the water, though, because that's what all the articles are insinuating.
No.
Okay, it was just because you drank it. Okay.
Just too much liquid in my stomach. I mean, again, it was 30 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's a lot of factors. So
it's unbelievable what you guys do.
I mean, you never know what anything's from, right? But when you push your body to the limit, stuff's gonna happen.
Final question. Afterwards, in the post-race interview, you gave a very impassioned speech to the kid out there in Oak Bluff, Manitoba, which is where you're from, to the kid in Quebec. All it seems like you are trying to say is if you could be an inspiration to one person, you're happy. And you don't hear that from a lot of people. They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about, where did I finish? What in that moment propelled you to say that to the world as you were being interviewed?
I mean, I grew up in a tiny town. It's now bigger, but a few hundred people, and you grow up in a freezing cold place like that, and my goal was never when I started to reach the Olympics, and I think sometimes people think like, oh, I was born for destiny, or I was the most talented kid ever. Like for me, there's been so many times in the last 3 years specifically, I tore my Achilles at the last games, and most people, athletes, as you probably know, it's hard to come back from an Achilles in most sports. But when you got to train 30 hours a week, it's almost impossible. So there's points in the last 2 years where I thought, you know, maybe I didn't say it out loud, but I thought, you know, maybe I'll never be back. Maybe I won't ever get back to that level that I was at. And if an athlete like me who is racing for Olympic medal has all that self-doubt, an 8-year-old kid in Oak Bluff or Quebec or whatever is going to have the same thought. So I can have like that small, I'm emotional just talking about it. So
well done. Back in 28?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll have a poutine and a few beers and then maybe make a decision.
Well, you should be very, very proud, and the country is very proud of you as well. Enjoy the poutine, enjoy everything that comes with this, and you know, hold your head high because it was incredible watching you perform out there today. Well done, and congratulations.
Paris Tonight is brought to you by Smart Water.